exchange happened of the inheritance. It happened in Genesis chapter 3 when they ate of the tree. That's when the exchange happened. It was an automatic transfer. You know, automatic. It's automatic. And that's what Satan was baking on, and that's what took place. So it's a multitude. You know, yes, it was pedophile behavior. Yeah, I mean, this was like, anybody ever seen like Ocean's 11? Y'all know that movie? Yeah. Yeah, it's like they plotted and they, you know, to win big, steal something. So Satan knew, like, man, I'm gonna commit pedophilia. I'm gonna steal inheritance, a bank robbery. It was like, bang, you know what I'm saying? Bang, it was planned out. You know what I'm saying? So no telling how long Satan was planning on getting it right then. You know, Eve might have been there for 200 years, 300 years. You know, getting the plan. Ocean's 11, clap. You know, pulling up to the garden in a UPS outfit. You know, just getting it disguised or whatever. You know. So the next one is going to be Matthew 21:33. 21:33. But my point in bringing that out is that, you know, Yah was mad on so many levels because first, you know, saying you took the innocence from them and then you stole my inheritance. You know what I'm saying? And there's probably some more stuff, to find details, some more stuff that happened. You know what I'm saying? And then I gotta come here and die. You know what I'm saying? Like, God dang, man. Like,
you make me come out of my relaxation.
Yeah.
Now I gotta come to work.
Man.
Now I gotta work. You know.
And I don't work too, man.
You know. Hey.
So, you know, it was a multitude of things that took place.
You make me come down from my throne.
Oh, man.
I'm still on my throne, but you make me come down during my hands.
That's right. Unnecessary work. Unnecessary work.
I like that. Unnecessary stuff.
21:33 reads. Okay, now this is talking about the wicked tenants in here, because this is what happened when the earth came into the. This is a parable, like, you know, in simple terms, like basically you renting a house to somebody and they turn out to be horrible tenants, but the horrible tenants, you know, they lied on their application. You know, they did a whole bunch of deceitful stuff. They wrote you a bad check, a hot check for the deposit. It was rooted in wickedness, and you know, and now since the contract was signed, now you stuck with them now, and now you know, and this is Job 9:24. That the earth is given into the hand of wicked tenants. You know, that's what they are, wicked tenants. So I'm gonna read through 33 on down. Hear another parable. There was a certain householder which planted a vineyard and hedged it around about, and dug and wine pressed in it, and built a tower, the tower, and let it out to houseman, and that means 33 tenants. So housemen, you know, is tenants. You know, so it goes back to this a simple term, a renter and a renter. And went into a far country. So the renter, metaphorically speaking, Yah, went to a far country, and when the time of the fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the husbandman that they might receive the fruit of it. And the husbandman took his servants and beat one and killed another and stoned another. Is that not what took place with the Nephilim? You know, when they was killing the servants, the man of Yah and whatnot. And the husbandman took his servant and beat one and killed another and stoned another. Again he sent other servants, more than the first, and they did unto them likewise, the wicked tenants. But last of all his servants, he sent unto them his what? His Ben. And if we looking at this spiritual, that Ben is who? Yahusha. They said, but last of all he sent unto them his Ben, his son, saying, they will receive my son. Didn't Yahusha, when he came, he said he wanted to be received in too, but they still didn't receive him. So we could have been in a whole different situation if they received him. We could have been in a whole different situation. That's why he was saying, "Oh, how I long to be as a hen who covers you. I would have, I would have covered you." And he said that when he was here, he wanted to do that. But you know, yeah, Zion is Scottish.
You stupid.
Hey. They will reverence my son. So this is what Yah is saying. But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said amongst themselves, the demons, the Nephilims, and all that other stuff.
That's right.
This is the heir, and it's all about what? Inheritance. They want the inheritance which is not promised to them.
Right.
Why is Esau mad? I want the inheritance, but it's not promised to you. It was never promised to you. What prophecy is it promised to you, Esau? You just want it. You're greedy. That's covetous. That goes back to covetous. The reason why we're in this situation is because the fallen angels and all that, they were covetous. So before they even came down here and sinned, they were sinning. Covetous.
That's that spirit now. That's not covetous.
There you go. That's in the Big Ten right there.
That's right. I think about that today. That bearing false witness.
And they had to lie to get it again.
They're bearing false witness.
So the angels were doing all types of stuff, man.
Down the line.
Adultery? I'm sure they took.
They went all down the line, man. All down the line. Starts for the 10.
Yeah, we ain't keeping the sit back no more.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. All right. But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, "This is the heir. Come, let us kill him and let us seize on his inheritance." And it's a process. This wasn't just like, you know what I'm saying, an easy process. Do understand that the wicked tenants, Satan and all of them, they try to do everything to prevent the inheritance transferring back to take place. Just like he did with Daniel to try to stop the message. Just like he kill all the prophets. We got to kill these prophets because they're on a turn. We can't let, just like in Judges 19 with the Levite who was talking about the other week about her, about when they chopped up the woman in 12 pieces. But her father was trying to delay him from his path. So Satan's like, man, if we can get them, because court is, what is court? Well, you got deadlines. I need to file this paperwork on June 5th by 5 p.m. If I don't, it's void. So they up in there, hey man, block traffic, do this, give him a flat tire. We gotta stop. If we can't stop him from doing it, let's postpone him. Let's do something to interfere. Throw some glass in the street, something, stop him. Because if the transfer take place, Okay? Let us kill him and let us seize on his inheritance. Seize on what? His inheritance. Yahusha's inheritance. And they caught him and cast him out of the vineyard and slew him. What they did to Yahusha. When the master therefore of the vineyard cometh, what will he do unto them, those husbandmen? These say unto him, he will. So these are the Pharisees, I believe he's talking to, or I don't know, he might just be talking to some people. But and the reason with themselves saying it should have, I don't know, he probably talking to the Pharisees or just a group. They say unto him, he will miserably destroy those wicked men, and will let out his vineyard unto other husbandmen, which shall render him the fruit in their season. Yahusha said unto them, did ye never read in the scriptures, the stone which the builder rejected, the same is become the head of the cornerstone? So even though you was trying to block me from the inheritance, I'm still here. Move the stone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the salt. You know, you talking about, Zion is the salt. You know, this is where the salt comes from.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, very flamboyant, when it's time, you know what I'm saying? Head of the corner. This is Yah's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of Yah shall be taken from you,
Yes.
the wicked tenants, Satan, the fallen angels and all that, and given to a nation bringing forth the fruit thereof, who it was originally tended to, Zion. I don't know. Adam was probably a Hebrew Israelite, man. I don't know. Y'all so big on the Hebrew Israelite. Adam, was probably a Hebrew Israelite.
Well, he wasn't. He was the star.
Yeah, so, what I'm saying. So, cause then it was his inheritance, that was given to him for inheritance. And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken. But on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder. And he was talking to the chief priest. Here we go. Here we go. Because I didn't know who he was talking to offhand. And when the chief priest and the Pharisees, so he was talking to all the big wigs, all the bishop, Don, Juan, elders, this and that, he was talking to all of them, had heard his parable, they perceived that he spake of them. But when they sought to lay hands, man, this is how, man, Yahusha, man, you ever meet so many people? I used to have to calm myself down with this too, because, I would say things to, really hit you hard, so I had to calm this in my spirit too. But Yahusha, man, he would say something to make you want to fight him. He didn't talk about your mama, he didn't talk about, he was just, you know what I'm saying?
Like, talk somebody,
you know what I'm saying?
You ready.
Just make it, man, we gotta kill him. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they said that, he gone. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the big span of things. He coming. I'll be back. I'm gonna walk away right now, but I'm coming back. But when they sought to lay hands on him, they feared the multitude because they took him for a prophet. Okay. Mark 12 and 1. So, but that's a better context of who is this really talking about. This is really deep. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to Job 9:24. Satan in the whole gang, the highway to hell gang. They run. Mark 12 and 1. Chapter 12, verse 1. Okay. And this is basically the same thing, but this is just a precept to that. Just to let y'all know that this is the precept. No need to read it, but the precept is in there too. All right, now we're gonna go to of man. You know what I'm saying? So we get Yahusha's heritage, and we get how he was upset with it and whatnot. And then we went to Adam's heritage, which is the planet. You know what I'm saying? Basically, dominion over this planet. And that's what Satan wanted. I want dominion over this planet, But it was originally given to Adam from above. All right. For Deuteronomy 7 and 1. 7. And Zion is going to be, like the new husbandman, returning. That's how it was always supposed to be, but they're going to be returning to be the rightful husbandman. And the ones who are not rightful, they're going to get cast out in the wilderness. So, there will be righteous people running the planet. It will not be, if you're going to have the inheritance, you will be righteous, Deuteronomy 7 and 1. When Yah thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land. So we're gonna talk about giving away your inheritance and how how Zion's inheritance has been so perverted and whatnot, you know. And we're gonna talk about the consequences of mingling yourself with the other nations and how it's affecting the inheritance. You calling for a portion of your inheritance, and hey man, you divided it 150 ways. You know, I give you a penny here. It's all I got for you because you done gave your inheritance to Lakeisha, Lafonda, Aka, Fong. You done gave it to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, you have a penny in the inheritance until I work everything out. Right now, you know what I'm saying? It's your fault, not mine. You know, I ain't got no money. You had it all. Now you broke. See the importance of inheritance. Why everybody wants the inheritance? Well, I want that. And that's greed right there, because when the true inheritors are in righteous rulership, everybody's eating. Nobody's starving. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere in the scripture when the transfer of title goes back to his rightful owner do you read somebody going to be starving. The only time you hear that is when they don't come to the feast days to worship the high holy days. That's the only time you hear somebody starving. All you hear is about people going to be living good, and the Gentiles going to be rejoicing, and nobody going to learn war. So, but right now, in the inheritance of the wicked, you got war, famine, death, abundance. You got abundance and brokenness. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about go to New York. You'll see people worth millions and billions of dollars across the street, and across the street you see poverty. I mean, it's blunt. But okay, when Yah thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites and the Canaanites and the Perizzites and the Hivites. It sounds like HIV. That is HIV. Parasites. Ooh, you got a parasite today. I'm gonna have to give you some meds. I'm sorry, you got HIV. That's where they probably getting this stuff from. Man, you got a parasite. I'm sorry. You got HIV. I'm sorry to tell you. And the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yah thy Elohim shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show them mercy unto them. The main part right here, what the scripture say? Don't make no covenant with them. If you make a covenant with them, that's a binding contract. You Scottish children. And I'm going to have to respect the contract until something gets worked out. The contract is the contract. It's like they did with old dude and the 7 sons, Solomon and the 7 sons. They was like, they didn't do something. I think who it was, the Gibeonites.
Which Saul did.
And because they didn't honor the covenant, and Yah started judging Zion, and they was like, go to them and ask them what they want, and they said, we want all 7 of your sons' heads. Because there was a binding contract there. Yah, what y'all say? Right there. Thou shalt make no covenant with them. Because at the end of the day, your word has to be honored. And y'all gonna honor it.
Yeah. He was talking about when Yahusha, when Joshua, when they went to battle and stuff, and the Gibeonites came to him, man, sneaky and all that stuff, because they was going out there destroying all the lands. You know, they was getting their land. So these tribes came up there sneaking like they came a far way, traveling. They had the bottles, man, bread and stuff. Instead of going to Yah in petitions, you know what I'm saying, they did a contract with them. And, you know, when they found out they were their next door neighbors, they got mad with Joshua and said, man, but Joshua told them, man, you made a contract. We can't do nothing. You
should have did some background research before you went into a marriage with them.
They went into marriage and they were upset. So he said, well, then now you just going to bear our wood and bring our water. You're going to be servants from now on. All the day lives, all the day now, you're going to be slaves now to Yah. So now that covenant is still right now binding all the way to what King Saul did and all that bill. They destroyed all that, you know. And that's why what happened when y'all put a famine, they sought y'all about what's going on. King David said there was a famine in the land, and King David sought y'all. Y'all said because of what King Saul did, man. That contract, when y'all made a contract, y'all can't go against his word. People understand that. Y'all cool cannot go against his word.
And blood had to be shed because of that. You asking us what we want?
They say, I want no money. We don't want their head. They don't want no money.
We want blood. Royal blood. We just don't want any type of blood. We want royal blood.
That's right.
So, but hey man, but this is how important, that's why y'all was like, hey man, even a fool is smart to be quiet.
Okay, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Think about the sons, the ones that the Benjamite had to die. Think about the one that when King Saul's son Michael, she had married, when it was King David's wife, she married another man. Those sons of hell, they died. Because that marriage was illegal, man. That was an adulterous marriage. So anything that came out of Michael was foul. Those sons, they got hung.
This is the importance of contracts and honoring your word. Be careful what you speak, and be careful what you agree to. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto them, unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yah be kindled against you, and destroy you, and destroy you, and destroy you. So Yah, you made a Scottish error by making a contract with them. Now I gotta kill you. Ain't that? So how we're going to get out of this situation? You gotta go. You gotta go. That's how we're gonna get out of this situation. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. No hands, but I don't care how beautiful the women is. I don't care how the women are attracted to the man. I don't care how cute you think the little babies are, the parasite babies are. No. This is the times when you just gotta be no.
Babies, the parasite babies.
No, the HIV baby. No, it's gonna bring you. These are some bad children. I'm sure after this they had bad children in Zion. Who is that? That's Samantha parasite baby. He bad. He bad. I don't know what to tell you. You know, bad. Okay. Bad. All right. The next one. All right. Deuteronomy 7. Now we're gonna go to Ezra 9 and 15.
There you go. I was about to say those stuff. You want to say scriptures I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Y'all gave me
bad children. You can show it right now.
Right. Isaiah 9 and 15. Ezra 9 15.
There you go. That's all I was thinking about.
Yeah, they bad children, man. All right, 9 and 15. 9 and 15. O Yah of Israel, thou art righteous, for we remain yet captive. Is that the one? No, that's not the one. No, it's 2. 9 and 2, I mean. Ezra 9 and 2. For they have taken of their daughters of themselves, and for their sons what God told you not to do. Explicitly not to do. Even threaten you. I'm gonna kill you. Even threaten y'all. When y'all told you to do something and then he threatened you afterwards, that's important. Y'all just didn't tell you, hey, don't do this. It's gonna be bad. He said, if you do this, I'm gonna do something to you. Destroy you. Wow. So that the holy Kadesh, separate, set apart seed have mingled, and that seed is also inheritance. When you give your strength to others, they take part of your inheritance. That's why you got 2 pennies in your pocket, because your inheritance are spread out abroad. Oh, you thought all these women were easy. Yeah, they were easy. Succubus whores taking your inheritance left and right. Left and right. Child support. Inheritance.
Yeah, that's right.
I seen an Asian woman.
Yeah, think about all the kids you got. That's all your money's going to. You got no money.
I seen I'm speaking this about Zion. I seen this one Moab woman and this Judite man, and she wouldn't let him see his son and whatnot, and she was talking about child support. She has given the inheritance to him. She got your son, your child, and she getting money, and she demanding the inheritance. Give it to me, and she can enforce it or imprison you. Either you gonna give me the inheritance, or we going down to the court.
I think you was
So
I think you didn't get me like that. Yeah.
So what the scriptures say? Don't leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Oh, he had to destroy you.
Leave him alone. And that destroying is multifaceted. Leave you in your problems. Self-destruction.
There you go.
That old song, you headed for self-destruction. You headed for self-destruction.
Yes.
The Kadesh seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in their trespass. And that chief means exceptionally in the trespass. Like you went over and above to trespass. Wow, you did that? That's not a sin like, oh man, they sinned. You did that sin? Chiefly sin. A superior.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
See how important this is? And they're giving the inheritance away. And trouble is in paradise. It say, yeah, what is it? Trouble in paradise. All right, now we're going to go to Proverbs 5, 7, 14. Chapter 5, 7 to 14. And and later Ezra, told him to put those children away too. And this was a particular seed line too. This wasn't a lot of people. Mingled with a particular seed line, and a lot of people read that like, oh, Zion just going into the nations and they putting the children away. No, it was a particular people that they mingled their seed with, and this was a particular people that Yah was like, man, put them away, man. Put them bad Hittites, those little mini parasites, put them out. Like, yeah, this my wife, Sarah the parasite. The Hivite, HIV Hivite. All right. Proverbs 5, 7 to 4. Okay. That 4. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattered with her words. Just like Samson and Delilah. She was flattering him with, her words. He didn't have a baby with her, but how many of these strangers, these strange women are coming up? Because you got, at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Man or the creme of the creme. Yeah, but man are the creme of the cream of Yah's inheritance, and man of Zion, that's that. And these women of other nations, because they dealing with Satan, Satan is like, do you know who that is? That's like LeBron James and all the NBA players walking through a hotel, and they got the groupies over there. They know, they got the inside information. Oh man, he just made $100 million this year. Oh, he just made $50 million. They looking to get with you in your hotel room. They in there, you don't know how they got in there, because they got inside information about your inheritance. It just ain't like, oh, Billy the bum walking down the street. No, this is Zion walking down the street and everybody looking at them. How can I get with that? And then once the child that has been bored, we're going to talk about that later.
Sure.
And once the child that has been bored in wickedness from these people, got him. Got him. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, no, he died. One of them.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
But he didn't have no kids with the mother.
Man, that's why I think some of them whores lying. You know?
Yeah, they are.
I mean, they are whores. They're like, I mean, you committed whoredom, but it didn't work out like for how you wanted to work out. So now you're gonna complain about it.
They got paid already, but they want to get paid again through the system.
Oh yeah.
Where the system
So they greedy then, being greedy,
Greedy.
man.
But they know your inheritance and they want part of it. We know what Bill got.
Yeah.
Give it up, Bill. Give it up, Bill. Didn't your parents tell you leave them hoes alone? These are all whores. And what happened? 20, 30 years later, they coming back.
Yeah, they coming back, man.
You're their retirement program.
That's right.
Forget SSI. You need Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. But that's why, hey man, leave the whores alone, because a lot of people, you know, you seen it firsthand.
That's what happened to Bill Clinton, man.
Bill Clinton, all of them. It always comes back. You think you're
got
just,
it.
you
Kobe
think
Bryant got it.
all of them. You
Tiger
think
Woods got it.
you think
No, but he married. That was his wife.
you think you're dealing with these whores, a simple whore. Oh, she ain't got nothing gonna be about this. It's 1985. You know, you just doing something in fornication, and then 30 years later, this woman that you had one experience of wickedness with, fornication with, coming back to hunt you. 30 years later,
That's right.
patiently waiting.
That's right.
Satan in the grass, like, yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Lying, boy.
Got him. 30 years, so that should tell you something. When you get caught up in your sin, and unless you repent, your sin can creep upon you at any moment. Any 30 years, 20 years. You molest a child when they was 5. Well, they grew up, mixed martial arts, and they wind up bumping into you on the sidewalk.
Wow.
You never got that situation. You never repented of that situation and dealt with that situation. They looked at you, and they got anger issues. Who do you think they're going to take it out? Who gave them their anger issues?
They're going to flip. Revenge. Done.
You never know when it's going to come back. That's why the scriptures say sinners think that they will not be judged. But just like the guy who was like, you know, I have saved all of my money, I'm good, and then y'all was like, your soul is required tonight. Great that you saved $100 million. Yeah, your bad children about to spend that. You about to die. Tonight, the moment that you can finally sit down, all the hard work, all the false documents, all the corruption I did to get this, I can finally rest. I can get that car I always wanted. You know, I can retire. Bam! And now you got all these children fighting over your inheritance. Right. Doing drugs, all types of stuff. You know?
God.
And you know they had the strip club. Hey! Nah, they ain't doing that. Hey! You know what I'm saying? They even got money throwing machines where they put money through. I ain't lying, yo. Yeah, they like, man, y'all, they was like, Dad, live up $100 million, boy. You know this generation, YOLO, live, you only live once, man. You know, we ain't gonna be like him. He was trying to save it, man. Forget that. Party every day. All right. And you know y'all probably put it on the big screen, see what they do with your money.
Solomon said that, man. Proverbs, man.
See what you could have did, but you see what they doing?
That's right.
You know? All right. Let me finish reading this. That they may keep, verse 5, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger, which flattereth with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and behold, among the simple ones I discerned among the youth a man void of understanding, of. Am I supposed to be reading? No, 5 and 7. I mean, 5 and 7. Yeah, I knew that was something else, but it's on a similar tip. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Least thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou cannot knowest them. You know, the succubus whores of Satan. You know, you don't try to, understand them, man. Like, her ways are movable. One day she making you breakfast, and the next minute she put some trash in a blender with water and pouring it and said, here. Like, ways crazy. Crazy. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house. The parasites, the Hittites, and everything else, sinful women, sinful man, don't go in their door. You know what I'm saying? A sinful man or a sinful woman, if you want to give them the word, hey, here you go. But don't try to, you know what I'm saying? They in a whole nother league. Least thou give thine honor unto others, honor your inheritance. This is deep right here. This ain't talking, you look this word up, this isn't talking about, you're such an honorable man and whatnot. No, this is talking about your honor, what you got, your strength. And your strength is in your inheritance. And thy years unto cruel, child support. These guys, they be having like child support graduation parties. I survived 18 years of hell. I graduated. Like, you know how crazy your life gotta be where you throwing a party celebrating that you ain't gotta pay her no inheritance no more for the child. And lo and behold, if you married her and you gotta pay alimony and all this stuff, and she got your inheritance.
Alimony go for the life of the woman.
But yeah, I'm separating, but I'm talking about child support. But with alimony, she got your inheritance.
And child support and
a lot of them do that.
Woman.
A lot of NBA players doing that, child support and alimony. It is what it is, but the scripture right there is clear. And thy years unto cruel, lest strangers be filled with thy wealth. You married a parasite. Now she's like, oh yeah.
Somebody else got your money, man.
And her dad like, good job, parasite daughter. You're sucking them dry. You're sucking every last bit of them. You gonna give me that new Benz I wanted? That new horse? You think you can get the court to raise it up another $100,000? We thinking about getting a beach house. Yeah. At least strangers be filled with thy wealth, thy heritage, and thy labors be in the house of strangers. You eating box ramen noodles and they eating filet mignon. Who paid for that filet mignon? You did.
So, get off the Roman noodles and leave them hoes.
That's right. Leave them alone. The only woman if a woman is not in the category of a Proverbs 31, verse 10 to 31, leave that whore parasite alone.
My dad said, leave those sack draggers alone.
Leave them alone.
My dad used to call them sack draggers.
Leave them alone. Because once they got you, they got you, man.
Done, yo.
And thy labors be in the house of strangers, meaning they not in, and this is mainly talking to Zion, technically, but it's a metaphor for other people to be used to. Stranger can be metaphorically spoken to a wicked person, but technically this is talking to Zion, telling them about the strangers and whatnot, like the parasites and whatnot. And thou mourn at least, at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed. And say, how have I hated instructions? The instructions was the Torah. Told you.
Hey.
Told you what to do.
Torah,
just like the brother said. Technically speaking,
you want to live, man.
Technically speaking, we should only have 5 books.
Should only have 5.
technically speaking, we got all these other books
But
because of
example,
disobedience.
There you go.
This is the books of disobedience.
For the rest on.
Now we gotta go to a New Testament, a new book, the Apocrypha. We gotta get more disobedient.
That's true. That's a true saying.
That's true. Okay. And say, how have I hated instructions, and my heart despised reproof, correction, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, the Torah, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me, the prophets, the wise man. I was almost in all evil. It sounds like, at the last bit of this person's metaphorically speaking life, I was almost in all evil. I was almost fully consumed in the midst of the congregation and the assembly. Deep stuff right here, man. Deep stuff. And it's all about they want your inheritance. They know you got the goods.
Right.
If a woman's sticking with you and you ain't got nothing right now, but she know you a man of Zion, she know what's up. Know what's coming.
That's right. You know that
we might be eating ramen noodles right now.
Blessed on that blessed thing.
We might be eating ramen noodles and boxed mashed potatoes right now. But in the kingdom,
I'm about to come through.
Diamonds, gold, and all that.
Hey.
Horses in the carriage, all that. She know,
Yeah, she know
You know
that.
what I'm saying? And she deserved it.
She already know that glory of y'all right there. The man's the glory. He know the glory of it.
And any woman who do that in true heart, she deserved that.
That's right.
She deserved that.
That's right.
She stuck it through. She wasn't a sometime person. She deserved that. Okay. The next one gonna be Isaiah 5 and 8.
Listen, y'all.
Isaiah 5 and 8. Inheritance is very important. Very important. Isaiah 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join house to house. Woe unto them that join unto the strange woman. Woe unto them that join unto the strange man. Because it's just not the opposite is true. The women of Zion, they got heritage too. I know a lot of guys up in there sitting at home playing PlayStation talking about, hey baby, you making Kool-Aid?
Hey, baby, what you got to do?
I know a lot of she out there getting it in, you know what I'm saying? And she coming in spinning, hey, you got the car keys? I'll be back. That's your inheritance gone. It's just not the man, it's the women too. She calling him for the car. Oh man, I'll be back. And he bring the car, no gas. Hey, the car needs some gas, baby. I would have put some in, but you know
what my plan was.
Yeah, so this just wasn't, you remember, they was talking about them, they say don't give your daughters to them and don't give your sons to them.
That's right.
Both ways.
Hey, that's right.
Alright, 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. They gonna eat everything that you got, man. Okay, as I said, okay, now we're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon. That's an apocrypha. Yeah, I'm sure, brother. Yeah, you can use this. I got it on my phone. Wisdom of Solomon. We're gonna go there 2 times. Right now, Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 6. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 6. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 6. For children begotten of unlawful beds. For children begotten of unlawful beds. It's unlawful to lay with those people. It's unlawful. It's unlawful to be dealing with a witch or a warlock. You know what I'm saying? On another levels too. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses. They said, you need some witnesses. are witnesses of the wickedness against their parents in their trial. They calling out to Yah, Ezra, why are we going through all this? Ezra, bring them children up. That's your problem. You done joined with them, and you done messed yourself up. The children are witness against you. Okay? Now we're going to go to Matthew 7 and 6. Gave their inheritance to other people. Matthew 7 and 6. House joining the house. I told you to leave it alone. 7 and 6. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 6. Give not that which is holy. Give not that which is kaddish unto the dogs. Neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. And rend means 6:1. Tear. What is Satan and the fallen angels and the Nephilim doing to the planet Earth?
Tearing it up.
Tearing it up.
Tearing it up to the children, y'all too.
When did the transfer take place? Genesis chapter 3. And ever since that, we're going to build an oil field right here. Some strip clubs down there. 3, 4, 5. Let's just go 5. 5 strip clubs right there. Yeah. And then, what else? We just going to burn stuff, random stuff here just because, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because unless, that goes back to working for something. Unless you work for it, you have no value for it. And that's what God is doing. I gave it to you, and you didn't respect it. So now, you're going to work for it. That's why the scriptures say, let your works, he that have faith, you need to have some works with that, because you tilling the ground, you planting it, you taking care of it, you keeping it safe. That's what Yah told Adam to do. Hey, protect it, guard it, and now okay, I get it. I guess Adam didn't really, understand his job, because Adam was told to guard it. Don't let nobody take over this. I'm putting you in charge. This big job. Adam like, okay. I guess Adam didn't fully grasp it.
Yes, he did.
I guess he didn't fully grasp it. But now we're in this particular situation where the earth, this heritage, because the earth is a heritage, and it's just y'all just didn't make this, beautiful thing. Just cause, and and everybody fighting over it just cause. Earth is a hot commodity. Everybody want it. Been killing people for thousands of years for it. Been plotting in heaven for it. Before Lucifer got kicked out, I'm gonna take over the earth. All right, underfoot. All right, the next one's gonna be Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, and the Apocrypha. 21. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. 21. It's going to be 18 to 24. Verses 18 to 24. 18 to 24. Okay. As in a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. Woo. Talk without sense. You just talking and making no sense. 19. Doctrine unto fools is as fetters on the feet, and like manacles on the right hand. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter, but a wise man doeth scarce smile a little. You got one person just possum smiling, and the other person just a little grin. You know what I'm saying? Learning is unto a wise man as a ornament of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm. A foolish man foot is soon in a neighbor's house. What did Zion do? They went to all the other nations' neighbor house. What y'all do? What's that over there? What y'all cooking back there?
Got some swine.
Y'all got some swine. Well, we know about swine though. What it tastes like? They did just that. It tastes pretty good.
Yeah. Even though it is half wrong, we still gonna eat.
No. You like drinking blood? No, I ain't never drink no blood. A foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house, but a man of experience is ashamed of him. A fool will peep in at the door into the house, but he that is well nurtured will stand without. Because what the scriptures say, take knowledge, take wisdom, hold it to you, put it on your neck. 24. It is the rudeness of a man to hearken at the door, but a wise man will be grieved with the disgrace. So, they were just talking about, hey man, be careful. You just don't want to come to anybody's house, man, metaphorically speaking, the other nations and, and wickedness, a wicked person's house. You don't want to peep in a wicked person's house, man. They got worshiping Moloch, they worshiping all type of demon stuff. What y'all doing in here? Like, bro, what y'all doing in here? Is that what I think it is? What's that? Like, you in the house, the door closed, got him. What you gonna do? we gonna take your inheritance, you foolish person. But okay, now we're gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. I don't know if y'all ever read this right here. This get real deep. Alright. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. Alright. We're going to read the whole chapter. Now this is, you got to keep this in your mind. So right after Adam did what he did for the transfer of the inheritance to take place, this is what happened. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not all right. Our life is short and tedious. Let me get the regular King James version. And in death of a man there is no remedy, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So this is the wicked is saying, we know when you die you don't come back. That's killing. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. This is what the wicked saying. We know what's going to happen when everything gets worked out. Because right now, we're in court right now. A lot of things could stay in courts for years and years until they finally get worked out. That's right now. So that's why they just filing motions and injunctions, petitions, just to pause it. We need 5 more days. We're not ready for court. No, but on the court date, that's the date that's going to be coming. That's the day coming. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our hearts, which being extinguished, our bodies shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. All those statues and stuff. For those 7 years, Elijah, bring the bulldozer. Bring the wrecking ball. 2 of them. J.O. In remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as mist, that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed. Woo. So that no man cometh again, meaning no wicked of them cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us. You want to know why Satan so YOLO? Man, forget driving 50, go 200. We got a short time. We got to do everything that we ever imagined to do. We got to do it. We got a certain amount of time to do it. We got to do it, man. You ever ate people? Nah, let's eat people. You ever been with 20 whores? Nah, let's do it. Let's make big statues. Let's forget making 20. Let's make 20,000. Let's just go. Let's do it big. Cause after we leave, this is it. So when we in here, we might have a man. You remember that time? I remember that time. You remember that time in Egypt? You remember that Babylon? You remember that, man? Yeah, man. We was up there. The people used to come to us with the fans and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh man, you remember that girl Samantha? Yeah, she was a good servant.
You know how to back that
All this type of stuff, man. For our time is very shadow that passeth away. And after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. So y'all took precaution. Okay, I need to rejudge and make sure this don't happen again. So y'all making sure this ain't gonna happen again. Man, we don't see no way to do it again. It's a wrap. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? And y'all ain't about to be going through that. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creature's life as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine, ornaments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. They doing 100 in a Lamborghini. Stop. They smell worse. Oh boy, it's Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Oh, put this, oh man, like what in Greece they used to have all those leaf crowns. Oh yeah, Caesar, put this on. Oh yeah, right there. Let us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Ooh, it's a big word right now. Voluptuous, Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. Pull out your dollar. Pull out a quarter. Go to Spain and get some money from Spain. Go to Greece. Go to Babylon. They had that. Look, the image. Look at it. This is our joy. We got money. We getting it in. We got money. We making money. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion and our lots in this. Statues, monuments, and all that. Tales, stories, and all that. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Adam, you messed up. You messed up. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hair of the age. Let the prophets and all that. Let our strength be the law of justice. And y'all caught that, right? Let our strength be the law of justice. Y'all know what that means? What they doing? In order for Satan to do stuff, what's Satan gonna do? Pass that law. Pass that law. How they got homosexuals getting married? They did it by law. They didn't. Satan just didn't say, oh no, homosexuals. No. With the Congress, they up in there in Congress. Yeah. We get 2 months vacation each year.
What you do the Jim Crow law, man, for segregation after segregation, man. You call the Jim Crow law, man. The blacks couldn't be drinking water out of the same place or like that. Same motel room, that'd be different, man. You in that motel room or stores. You can go in that store like that and go in the back.
And with the civil rights laws, all these homosexual laws, you know what laws they use? Civil rights laws. You thinking they making a law for you? No, they making it for themselves, and they about to have joy. Now homosexuals can walk around prancing and have homosexual parades. Ooh, thank the law. I can walk around. I can walk around in a thong in Seattle doing the homosexual parades with fairy wings. That's what they doing. You think I tried? That's what they doing. I can walk on the floor like a dog. I mean, they doing some perverse things, and the police say, it's the law. You better leave them alone, or we're gonna arrest you.